So it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the podcast this week. I have Saffron from the band Republica. Welcome, Saffron.
Hello, Barnaby. How are you? Thank you
I,
for having me on.
oh, it is absolutely my pleasure, honestly. Like when this sort of thing came up on through the various feeds that I get, I'm like, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna see, and obviously here you are. And it's one of those things for me because like back when I was like your first album hit when I was around 16.
Okay.
Very formative sort of teenage years. I had a poster of you guys on my wall.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
and I was signed up to some mailing list as well because I got like promotional bits through the post and things like that from I guess deconstruction
Mhm.
at the time. And yeah, no, this is great because I love that first album. I love the second album as well, the speed ballads.
Yeah.
And obviously the big songs, which we will talk about in a moment that you've had continue to pay off on that front. But yeah, you're releasing new music.
Yes, we are.
Are you,
We've got a new
really?
single.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a new single, New York, that's out at the moment, with a new video. And we've got a new album called Damaged Gods, which is going to come out in the spring.
Nice.
And we're signed to Armalite Industries label, indie label,
Yep.
who've been amazing with us. And it's kind of the kind of post-lockdown thing because it we all had it ready before. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's taken a few years to finally get stuff out. As is the same for all musicians and our bands, you know.
How did the just out of interest, how did the relationship with Armalite come along? Because I've looked at their roster. I've had one of their roster on my show before, and that was
Yeah,
Jim Davies, the guy who used to be the guitarist in the Prodigy and things like that.
yeah,
For
Jim
the edit.
Davis,
Yeah, Jim
the
Davies on the show
stick shifter.
a
Yeah,
couple of times before. But I'm
very
looking at
cool.
their roster and I'm seeing like Pig, Red Meat, KDMFM, KMFDM, sorry. um,
Yeah,
and like obviously with you guys, it's more you got the more pop sensibilities to your music.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you have that rock and sort of, electronic element as well, which obviously this falls into more of their roster on that front. But how did that relationship come about?
Well, yeah, just through a couple of friends. I met Giles and we started chatting. And oh, where have you gone? Oh, you're there.
Go ahead. It's all
You're
right.
still there. Yeah. Yeah, through a couple of friends, I met Giles and we met up and yeah, we were just kind of into the same music and the band Pig, who'd we tour with in the States, Raymond Watts, you know, we did a remix for them. And so, you know, I chatted to him about our new album and you know, new songs and stuff. And he was really interested. And the minute he heard them, he wanted to sign us. So it all came about quite well. And you know, like with those other bands, Cubanate and
Yeah.
yeah, you know, we're all kind of mates in the electronic sort of underground type of
Yeah.
thing. Um, and this album is quite electronic actually. So yeah, yeah, it's great, and lots of our friends have done amazing remixes as well.
Oh, that's amazing. I look forward to
Yeah.
hearing those. 'Cause I like a good remix. So, so yeah, Alexa, you released New York. That came out last week. And you've been,
Yeah,
from what I've seen, you've been on a big press tour.
yeah,
A lot of radio, a lot of television, things like that. Which has been great to see because I'm like, this is like how kind of how it used to be done. If that makes
yeah, yeah.
like it, and it's sort of I wouldn't say it's a lost art form, but it's an art form that I haven't seen for quite a while, unless it's sort of seasonal, like artists, if you will. So the Christmas artists, or
Yes.
you come up to whatever season of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just sort of seeing that kind of like the I'd say old school way of doing things.
Yeah,
Was that
absolutely.
that was deliberate then? Was that a
Oh, absolutely deliberate. It was very important for me, certainly, to one go back to my roots, but certainly, it for the new album and new music because people obviously some know us, some don't. But I just think you know, the main thing for any band or artist is to get their music listened to, and it heard, and I believe strongly that it's about the listener, and so yeah, that kind of, as you say, it is old school, but hey, so am I.
No, that
And
works.
you know what I mean, there's nothing wrong with the OG, you know.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, radio and podcast and television and press, and we've been extremely lucky, that they reacted so well, obviously to a band that haven't released something for 10 years, but obviously the pandemic is part
yeah,
of that. But yeah, it's been superb, and I hope more bands, because you have to get that full amount of attention, and there's so much media out there, that it's very important to try and it's like it's like swimming down a river or up a river.
yeah.
It's your choice which way to go,
Yes.
and but I flow like water, so
Good. Like that. That's excellent. No, like I say, it's been really good to sort of see and watch, because obviously leading up to this, I've sort of been keeping an eye on what you're doing, and obviously doing a little bit of research. Obviously, I knew a bit about you guys from my youth of the songs you released then.
yeah,
Ready to Go being the biggest one that is still, I guess, it's still being streamed. It's still being listened to. It's still being used in every. I hear it in adverts. I hear it on the radio. I hear it, and it's one of those songs that just sort of lived on, and it's
yes.
like like a what I call like an earwig, really catchy, like doesn't leave your ear.
Oh, that's
So,
nice. Well, that's the thing. You never, like I said, it's about listening. You never know, like the life of a song.
yeah,
So I think it's so important that songs carry on. I don't know, like stars or children. They're going to go on after I'm gone, and hopefully, they can shine bright. And if they're going to shine up someone's day in Honduras or somewhere like that, then that's I've done my job. And we've been so lucky, that people, one, still want to play it, two, want to still hear it and listen it to it, and get enjoyment from it. And the films and the TV. Recently it was like Yellow Jackets,
yeah,
Ted Lasso, Cruel Summer, Captain Marvel. So Wind Creek Casino, and the Thrill Dragster roller coaster
yeah, yeah,
in Sandusky, Ohio, which is like number one supersonic roller coaster, and they play it every time it does a ride, which we only found out a couple of years ago. So many people and children, they actually associate our song not with us or with an exciting memory or a time in their life, or a sports match, or
yeah.
a soccer or football game, or basketball, and I think that's really important.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I mean, how does it feel to have a song like that? I mean, not every musician gets that,
No,
like, and there are plenty. Obviously, there's billions of songs out there, but you're
sure,
one of the
yeah,
sort of like select few that get used for these sort of things. And how does it feel to be part
no.
of something that,
Well,
like you said,
well,
will live on beyond? I mean, it's been out. What was it now? 20.
30.
I didn't want to say
Nearly,
that.
nearly 30,
Nearly 30 years, and it's
yeah.
still, and
Yeah,
it's not sort of,
27, yeah.
no, and you've got tracks out there that obviously have lived on. Obviously, you've got Bohemian Rhapsody, things like that, and
Yeah,
massive songs like that. But then your guys are still you're in that kind of like you're in that bracket of having a song
yeah,
that's continuously used for
yes,
a situation, like you say, film, TV, sporting events, a roller coaster.
yeah.
I mean, a roller coaster. I
I
mean,
know.
the only thing I can think of was the Aerosmith roller coaster at Disney, and
Yeah,
then every time you go on that, it's Aerosmith. But it's just like,
yeah.
to have one of your tracks in on something like that. It's just mad thinking about it.
I know, it's extraordinary. Um, and like with Captain Marvel, it's the head of Marvel Films, specifically asked if he could use, it for the trailer, the official trailer,
Yeah,
um, for Captain Marvel for her, and I didn't quite understand how actual huge the Marvel community, especially fan community, is,
Yes.
and I just got the most overwhelming and heartfelt messages from all age groups, but especially from like original, like from of an age, gentlemen and women that have waited all their lives, and that's their favourite comic character to come to life
Yeah.
on the silver
Yeah.
screen, and they thanked me and my band, because they will forever associate seeing her for the first time with our song. So that's just that means everything.
Yeah, no, I mean that is though, and I try and imagine that sort of thing, and I can't. And you've got it, you've got that, and it's amazing to hear. Just the
Yeah.
little stories about that, being associated with someone's favorite Marvel character,
Yeah.
and it's
It's-
so. I mean, I remember hearing like "Drop Dead Gorgeous" in Scream,
Yeah.
like that, and I'm like, how did that come? Obviously, I know you guys were sort of you got signed in the States, I believe. You went to the
That's right.
States
Yeah.
first,
We
didn't you?
got signed by the head of RCA America, and I A&R man David Novick was totally backing us, and they totally backed us. It's unknown British band,
Crazy.
and we toured and toured and toured, and one day got a call from Wes Craven, and asking me. He loved my song "Drop Dead Gorgeous," and "Hey Saffron, would you mind if I used your song in my new movie?" I'm like, is it a horror? And of course I said yes, but for him, people, you know, you don't realize it's like so sad. It's like um, people are going, oh, his last few things he told me he hadn't got off the ground, and I said, but you created Freddy Krueger. How could no you're like the king of horror. How could no one? and and he said how difficult that actually is to come up, follow that art.
Yeah.
But I think he did,
No,
and
he
we and
definitely
we
did.
we got invited to the premiere, and we played at the premiere party, and it was so exciting. And they'd made it on a small budget, and then suddenly it just took off, and became the biggest grossing film that year. And I was just so happy for him, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I mean that's that again. That's amazing. Like hearing that and like in the song, and I'm like, like my kids watch that movie, and it's
oh,
and I what my wife loves that song as well. Like she told me before,
oh,
it's like just tell Saffron that I screamed that song out when I was younger, and
oh,
now
thank you.
so and she'll see that. But I mean, obviously, like those were two sort of the big songs from that album, and that album did have some great songs on it. Like I'd like to sort of touch on some of the songs like that I like from back then, if you still like, if that's okay.
Yeah.
But I really love Picture Me.
Yes.
Like it was very sort of like because I was getting into my kind of like lo-fi kind of trip hop
Yeah.
type vibe. It was that bit tricky, bit of can't remember. I think Maxim released an album, the guy from the Prodigy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very like low.
Yeah. I think I might have been on that.
Might have been on that. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
Heart
remember.
Sing. Yeah, there is a track called Heart Sing on it,
Okay,
or Heart Swing. Check it out. Not
I,
sure, but I
I
did
will.
do it then.
I will have to check that out because I know he did one with Skin. I remember
Okay.
that one. I haven't listened to the album for a while. I know it's called Hell's Kitchen, but
Okay, that
I,
might be in like this is back when.
okay. All right. Well, I've got a lot of archives. I've got very early Prodigy stuff
Wow.
boxes here and everything. So I might have something because I was a big fan of theirs as well. So
Yeah.
um but yeah, I mean, like I say, Picture Me, that was a great track. Rap as well.
Yes.
And then there was a track called Holly as well, which was cool.
Yeah. Well,
Um
they're all my favourites. But like with rap, like Dr. Dre, we went to America, and it's like we completely. It's like, huh? Dr. Dre wants to use your song, and it's like, what? He knows who we are. I was like, oh my God, he's like my idol, and production wise, and he used it in a film called The Players Club, which I
okay.
believe is quite controversial now. I'm not sure if it's banned, but it at the time it was very, very popular. That kind of early gangster,
Yeah.
that whole gangster kind of movie. Um, genre, which I really like. But yeah, he uses and I'm like, oh, that's a massive honor, you know. And yeah, so yeah, and we still play Picture Me and Holly live, and
Oh,
they're
fantastic.
actually two, yeah, they're two of the most favorite live tracks.
Oh, okay, I was going to ask because I haven't seen you guys live since back then. I think I caught you at like a Capital Roadshow or something.
Oh yeah,
You know, back I think it was like partying, like an early
Party in the
party in the
Park,
park. Yeah, Hyde
something like
Park.
that.
You walked up and you'd see like the Spice Girls and everything.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And yeah, no, I haven't seen you guys live since, but I do plan to change that. So, you know,
Oh, well,
we've
you're
got
very
some
welcome to come to any show or festival.
excellent. No, I will. I'll keep an eye out, see what's near me, and drag the family along as well.
Yeah, very welcome.
And then obviously your second album, Speed Ballads, you had the big track off that as well, which was From Rush Hour with Love. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, fantastic album. I don't know how it did for you guys because I know it was kind of like your
Well, our record company collapsed and we
yeah,
got
that's
released.
kind of
So sadly, there wasn't any records in the shops for anyone to buy, which has been a bugbear of mine, you know, all my
yeah,
life. So I was so happy that this year, for Record Store Day, Worldwide Record Store Day, yeah, we got it out. I got it out on vinyl. I worked on it for over a year. Music on vinyl, and Sony helped me. Yeah, so it's finally released properly on vinyl.
no, that was
Speed ballads, you know, which we're really proud of.
yeah,
But you know, it was not our fault,
no,
and there was
happened.
just nothing. You know, it was fait accompli. There's just nothing we could do
Yeah,
about it. Um, you know, so it was important for me to get it back out there for the fans. You know.
yeah, definitely, definitely. It was on my list for Record Store Day, but my local store had sold out of it.
Ah,
It's good, you know, it's a good thing because
yeah, yeah,
but I do like occasionally try and pick. Obviously, you can see behind me there's turntables. They do get used.
yeah,
They're not just for this.
yeah. No, very cool.
They are legitimately used, and
Very
all that
nice.
kind of stuff. So it's on my list to pick up.
Do you have garage parties?
Do I have? I had not quite. I had live stream parties during
Oh,
lockdown.
cool. Oh, that's
So
very
I
nice.
had
Yeah.
my camera set up across the room and
Yeah.
like black and white movie kind of clips being
Oh,
projected
wow.
behind me. Uh
Oh,
and
very nice.
and yeah, we had like a Twitch club thing going on with me and because I DJ nightclub here in this area in Surrey
Okay.
and it's a like monthly rock night. So
Oh, cool. What club is it?
well we were at Players Lounge in Guildford.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They've now changed hands and we're not part of there anymore. We do stuff at the Star at the moment. Um,
Okay.
Guildford, but we also do Reading and Swindon as well.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh, well,
um,
look out for that because you're not far. It's not too far.
okay, cool, cool. Yeah, we got I'm trying to sort of like we got one in Camberley as well, which is where I live. So it's um it's I know the person who does that one. But I'm trying to get
Yeah.
something like more local to here as well. But yeah, always like that sort of thing, like lockdown parties. And obviously the kids come in here, they'll play music and all that.
Ah,
So, you know, it's sort of a bit outside the house for them to come or me to come to and do stuff like this, or you know, whatever we choose, whatever hobbies that we are pursuing at that point. I've got all my kind of like Warhammer bits, and
okay.
that's my geeky part of me right there, apart from the
Yeah.
music part, which is also a geeky part of me. Um, but yeah, no, I was like I record stuff. I was in a band and stuff back in the early 2000s, so it was using the turntable as a scratch DJ for a metal band. So,
Oh, cool.
you know, and we're just about to release music as well for
Oh,
the first time in
fantastic.
14 years. So, you know,
Wow. How exciting. Good luck with that.
not on the scale of yours, but it's all self-produced, self like promoted.
Yeah.
So
Oh, fantastic.
see how that does. You know, it's just two of us getting we sort of got back together and put some demos together that we had before we split. Um and we just thought let's release it, let's put an album out.
Yeah, just get it out there.
Yeah, so we'll see what it does. But yeah, that's what this room will do for me. Um, one other part I wanted to really ask you about. I don't know how much time I've got with you, but Have I got much longer with you? I can't remember if there was a
I know it's half an hour. They told
half
me
an
half
hour. Okay, cool.
an hour.
It's all right. I won't take you too long then. I was just wanting to ask something because there was something that, like, when I was a kid, I used to go watch musicals with my mum. She'd take me to London,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I found out this is very new. I found out you were a cast member for Starlight Express.
Yes, I was. I was in Starlight Express in the West End, and I also did the Japanese stadium tour and Australia as well.
That's amazing. I love
Yeah,
that musical, and it's coming back as
it's
well.
coming back
And
next year. Yeah.
I mean, I roller skate, so
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I have various grades in roller skating. When I was a kid,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
musical,
Well, I
in,
miss my skates so much, but yeah, we were literally trained military style to rollerball.
I can
Like,
imagine. I can
yeah,
imagine. It was,
yeah.
yeah,
The stage. Well, you saw the stage in London, but
yes.
the stadium stages with like the half pints and stuff.
I can't imagine how, like, because you got the enjoy a lot of places, like you got the dancing and singing, which you do, you know.
Yeah.
If you add roller skating into that, there is a like an overall element of that just being just like, I don't know what it was like
It's
for you.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh no, it's most brilliant and exhilarating and just most wonderful magical time. It's my
yeah.
first job,
It's just
and I get to go around on anything. It's very very hard. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Firstly learning to skate to that standard, but then you've got to
yeah,
race and you've got to dance and sing at the same time.
yeah. I
But I
can
was in the electric train, so yeah.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's like I mean, I may have seen you around that time. It was around 88, wasn't it? 88.
Yeah, yeah, I was in the
So,
show in '88. Yeah,
so I, I,
I was dual.
I probably, yeah, I probably saw you, not
You
knowing
did,
on that
you
front.
did. I was
Um,
dual. Yeah, the
my
one with the blonde wig.
yeah, my mum
Yeah.
took me to that. She took me to Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the
Oh,
Palladium. She took
wonderful.
me to, like, all these shows in London, which, when you're a kid at teenagers, it got a bit like, oh, really, mum? But I look back on it now, my kids want to do the same. They want to go see these new musicals and everything that come.
Yeah,
I think
it's important. Yeah, it is. There's some new ones, the nudities, and there's all sorts of just fantastic.
yeah,
It's like wow.
no,
You know,
it's crazy. And they're making things of 90s movies like Heathers and stuff like that, which is
yeah,
a random 90s movie, but they've made a musical
I
out of it.
know.
And my kids are obsessed with it. And it's just like, okay, let's go see it. And they're touring here locally. So it was good.
The Back to the Future and all that kind of thing. It's just, oh,
Yeah, no, it's
who'd have
fantastic.
thought?
I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Starlight, because it will be like,
Yeah.
I know they've got, like, I think a large theatre for this one, or they're
Yeah,
gifting
they got
out
the
a theatre.
Troubadour at Wembley. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's going to be really interesting. Yeah, but yeah, I know the company. I mean, and Arlene Phillips is still doing it, obviously, and Andrew Lloyd Webber. So, you
Yes.
know, yeah, it's the old school team. So
You
it's
don't
going to
get your
be
skates
well.
on.
It got if they ask me, I'll be there in a second. Yeah.
That's something, because I remember I dressed up for a local carnival as well. We had a Starlight Express theme because I was part of a roller hockey team. So this is what,
Very cool. Yeah,
and
yeah.
there are pictures of me. My mother has them somewhere of me sort of decked out in like cardboard boxes, spray painted silver.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Well, the
I,
costumes were so heavy.
I can
And
imagine.
that's the other thing. They were really heavy. Yeah.
Imagine they were. I mean, they weren't cardboard boxes like mine, so it was.
So if yeah,
um,
you could imagine all the belts and yeah,
yeah, it's crazy.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's quite hard and the roller, you know, the people, yeah, some of the costumes are, extraordinary, huge, like the freight train and stuff, and the roller gang, when you're doing backflips off a half pipe in the house, so easy.
Mad. Absolutely mad. Well, I've got a couple of questions left for you, if that's all right. It's sort of my sort of wrap up questions, if you will. But
Okay,
I can let you get on with the rest of your day, the rest of your press tour and everything.
yeah.
Um, could you name three pivotal albums for yourself? Like, not necessarily favorite albums, but pivotal, like ones that like made you want to get into the sort of music industry. So,
Well, well, certainly the Jam, any albums from the Jam,
yeah,
because I went to see the Jam when I was 14, and I didn't realise it was their last gig, and I'd saved my money to go to Brighton Centre, and I was right at the front, and I just like you know, people say you have an epiphany. I did that day, and I just like I want to be you, the style, the attitude, the angst,
yeah,
It's like, I was like, wow, this is, I want to be this, Um, of course, that's a really tricky one. Um, Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Kate Bush.
Yeah.
Any and all of her albums because I was in her fan club,
Good.
and I've got a signed Hounds of Love a picture from her, and I've got an original Running Up That Hill T-shirt, which is
Wow.
probably quite sought after by now.
Yes. Yes, it would be.
And it still fits me, really. So yeah, gosh, it's tough, isn't it? Albums. Human League, yeah,
Okay.
Human League's
Cool.
there, yeah.
Nice. Nice. Excellent albums. And finally, what are your hobbies away from Republica, away from music, away from that sort of side of things? What do you do to kind of pull
Well,
yourself?
I do. Um, well, obviously, I work as a mental health and social care
Yeah.
officer,
Yeah.
which I haven't done for a few months because I've been focusing on the music.
Yeah.
But I was doing during the pandemic. I also do a lot for charity for rescue dogs and animals, and I'm really into Star Wars and anything fantasy,
Nice.
sci-fi.
Excellent. Oh, that's good. No, I've got a couple of dogs myself.
Ah,
Both rescues to a point. One was more of an adoption from unfortunately deceased.
ah.
But we
Oh,
adopted
bless you. Yeah. Ah.
lived in Tampa, in Florida for a little while, and we adopted a dog while we were over there,
Oh.
a humane society, and we brought her back with us as well. Like when we came back.
Oh, did you? She got a
Um,
passport.
yeah, she got past. She flew better than we did as well. She was on like
Oh.
Lenza. She had a stop off in Frankfurt. We got pictures and everything.
Oh.
Crazy.
Oh.
Um,
Wow.
but we were just stuck in this like Thomas Cook like tube and flew back. But yeah, no, we still got her 10 years on. And
Oh,
she's still a
sweet.
little lady kind of thing. So it's
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely.
no worries at all. But Saffron, I'm gonna let you go because it's now.
Thank you, Barnaby.
I
Thank you so
really,
much for having me on.
really appreciate it, honestly. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. I wish I had more time.
And you. Yeah. And
And
have you seen the video to New York
I
yet?
have, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my friends for Media Brighton made it, and we had I had the idea, and I went to them, and it's just extraordinary. How talented they are, and came up and created kind of Blade Runner on steroids.
I was gonna say it was very like Blade Runner-y, that futuristic kind of like cyberpunk look to it.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, I know I love what people are doing. Like, it's amazing how the video industry has moved on.
yeah,
Years I remember making music videos, like having to like guerrilla film stuff.
yeah,
um,
yeah.
and now you can kind of go into an area with like a green screen, and they can just project all these things around you,
I
and
know,
it
I
looks
know.
amazing. Like it baffles me as well. So, but yes, no, the video's very good. So yeah, the single New York is out now. People can
Yes,
go and
thank you.
stream that. They can go be that. I wanted to talk about the B side, but I'll leave that for another time. Um, but you've released a proper single. It's 3 tracks. You got two edits.
Yeah, and
Hey,
it's New York Whiskey Jack as well, which is
yeah.
a track I wrote with Andy Wright, and it's actually based on it's influenced from a character from one of my favorite authors, Stephen Erickson.
Okay.
He's a fantasy writer, the Tales of the Malazan Empire, Book of the Fallen, and there's a character called Whiskey Jack in it. And anyway, so it's not directly it isn't I haven't
Yeah.
plagiarized
Yeah.
him or anything, but I also imagined like a David Lynch movie, like a
Okay.
Twin Peaks or something in the swamps, and Whiskey Jack's got this bar, and he's got a wooden leg, and he's dancing, and he helps this girl out to escape
I look forward to
from
this
the
side
from
of.
the swamps.
I do look forward to this side of Republica. To be honest with you, talking about that, if you can get more of that in there,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. I'd love to.
yeah, that would be
I would
great.
very much
I
love
know
to do
it may
that.
not, it may not sell, but I'll like it. It's
I don't
fine.
care. I'd love to get into that, yeah, to a bit more darker side.
That would be great. That would be great. Anyway, I'll let you get on with the rest of your day. Honestly, sorry to keep you.
Thank you, Barnaby.
But you have a good rest of your day. Good luck
Yeah,
with the music and everything, and hopefully we'll see you
thank
on
you.
the road. All right.
Yeah. Cheers, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye,
Bye-bye.
love. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Bye bye.